Hello, everybody. Welcome into our Thursday night embroidery check-in. My name is Latasha Jackson. I am the owner and operator of So Fervent Embroidery. If you're watching this on the replay, please remember to type in hashtag replay and let me know where you're coming in from. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time, thank you so much for coming back in. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming in. Hello, hello. And over here in the chat, Miss Jacqueline is saying hello, and everyone in the chat this beautiful Thursday. Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. Thank you, and welcome in. Hey, Crystal. Hey, thank you for coming in, y'all. That's my friend in there, Crystal. This is her first time in here live. Y'all, please welcome her in. And Miss Shirley is saying her first time. Also, welcome Miss Shirley in. Thank you both for coming in. This is their first night here, catching us live. Hey, Miss Betty, how are you? Welcome in. Thank y'all for your patience. So I know it was a little late tonight, but thank y'all so much for being patient and waiting for me to get in here. I've been excited about tonight. Again, as usual, y'all know how I get about embroidery. I get super excited about it. So I'm going to give it a minute or so because y'all know I like to go ahead and jump in and get started, right? So while I'm waiting for a few people, my stabilizer. Tonight, the project that I'm working on, I'll be using my PE800 tonight, my single needle machine. It's going to be, did I lose y'all? Give me a number 2 in the chat, y'all, if y'all can hear me. And also if I'm still here, because I think it kind of cut out on me just now. We have bad weather here. Give me a number 2 in the chat if y'all can hear me. 2. Okay, thank you, y'all. I got it blacked out on me just now. It's raining here, and just to share something with y'all, I normally do not run my machines when it's raining. So I said I'm coming on out here because I know y'all going to show up for yourself, so I need to show up as well. So thank y'all so much. Thank you for the number 2s, you all. And from the chat, we have Angela and Stitches. Hello, thank you for coming in. Thank you. And happy Friday Eve. That's what I'm talking about. Because Friday is almost here. Then that starts the weekend. Thank you. And let's see here. I'm blurry. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if this is better. Is that better? Give me a number 3 if that's better. Who was that said? Somebody said I was blurry. 1 second here. Angela and Stitches, is that better? Hello, Miss Veronica. Thank you for coming in. Nina Stitch and Styles. Hello. Thank you for coming in as well. Better not. Angela and Stitches, you're trying to listen. Let me share something with you. Y'all let me know how this looks because Miss Angela trying to stop me from being great tonight. Look, I call myself going to put on the touch-up appearance. I thought I was looking cute, and she said she can't see me. How did it look to y'all? Is that okay? Because if it's not, I'll take it off. It's no problem. Hello, Miss Marissa. Thank you for coming in. And Miss Yvette is saying, hello, everyone. Thank you for coming in as well. Y'all, does that look okay? I need to take it off. Okay. Crystal saying I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all hope it's okay. It does look a little different. I tried to use the little camera for it to kind of touch me up a little bit. Okay. Thank you, Angela and Stitches. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So what I was saying, y'all, I'm gonna be using my PE800 tonight. I'm gonna be using my 5x7 hoop, but the design that I chose, it can be done in a 4x4 hoop too. It's maybe an inch smaller looking at the design, But this is something that if you have a smaller hoop, if you have a 4x4, this can be done in there. So I told y'all last week that we're probably going to go ahead and finish out the month with in the hoop projects, y'all. And I'm having a good time doing these in the hoop projects. We try to do things that are fun over here. Um, Sometimes I might work on an order. I said I wasn't going to work on an order because orders cause stress, right? We over here, we want to have a good time and just to learn a different techniques, right? So I wanted to finish out this month with in the hoop project. So this is what I was thinking about doing, but I ran into not really a problem, but the fabric that I was using is directional, and I didn't know how to use the fabric to cut it right for it to work for this. But this is a, what they call it, a mug rug. And I thought that was cute, you know, with the different quilted pieces in there. It's really cute. And you don't need a sewing machine to fix it up because it's like an envelope. So that's what I was gonna do. And we can probably still circle back and do this one as well because I think we got one more week of in the hoop, right? Because I'm loving the in the hoop projects, y'all. Okay, so I want to pull up the design just to show y'all what design I use and how I changed it up. So let me try to see if I can share my screen. Hello, Pretty Eyes of Covington. Thank you for coming in. Crystal said I'm in my happy place. You know it. I love it, y'all. I love it. I love, love, love it. And Miss Marissa saying nice. I love making mug rugs. Thank you. This was my first time making a mug rug, and I did have a lot of fun doing it. They're easy to make in the hoop projects because you don't have to worry too much about placement and things like that because it does it in the hoop. However, you do have to read the directions because if you miss a step, it can mess everything up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get things pulled up. So let's see here. Let's see if I can pull my editing software up. Give me one moment, you all. Because I just want to show you how I use it and how I changed it up. And to change the design like I did, you will need to have an editing software. Let's see here. I'll share my screen as soon as I get it pulled up. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if I can share. And I'm still trying to figure this software out. Thank y'all for being patient. Okay, you all. Let me know if you all can see that. Okay. So y'all give me, you're reading the direction more than once for me. It's very important. Yes. Y'all give me a number 3 in the chat if y'all can see my screen. I'm trying to share where I have the design pulled up in my editing software. I just want to show you all how I changed the design just in case if this is something that you want to try. Okay, number 3. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this is what the design looks like. It came with personalization on it. It comes in a 4x4 size and a 5 by, I think it's like 5x7. I'm using the 5x7 one. So also I'm gonna go ahead and change my hoop size here because they have it set inside of a 4x4. And of course, I'm pretty sure y'all can see the grid here is outside of the grid, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and change that hoop size. I'm using a 5x7. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So what I did, because I wanted to use a fabric that had something on it already, it's like a print. So I deleted all of the personalization that's here. And this is the satin stitch. This is for, so it's applique on here. So the piece of fabric that I wanted to use for applique, I wanted to get rid of the personalization because you won't see it because of the print, right? So I just went through all the steps, like this step here, and just deleted it. I just deleted all of them, right? I deleted everything. And then this is the last stitch that closes up the design, right? So I just wanted to share that with you all, because if you choose to do this, this is what the design will look like when you get it. And actually, let me pull up something else as well, because the one that I chose is actually two different designs. Let's see here. And I hope this is helpful, you all. I'm trying to make sure that if you choose this, you know exactly what to kind of look for. I want to say on this design, I got this from Creative Fabrica. And this design, the way that the designer is selling it, well, the way it's posted on there, it has this one on there, and then it has another design on there too with different personalization. So you'll see that when you pull up the design, right? So I'm not going to delete this out of here because I already have my design pulled over to my machine. But I wanted to just share this tip with you all, just in case if you get it, it looks different. And actually, I'll go ahead and do that because to me, I'm a visual person, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Okay, so when I use my design, this is what it will look like. I took all the personalization out because my fabric is printed. There's words on it. So I didn't want it to be distracting. And also one here, you can't see it. Let me change the color to this. This some stippling. I hope I'm saying it right. We have any quilters in here? Let me know if I'm saying it right. But it's stippling, right? So this is what the design will look like if you, well, after I deleted everything that with the personalization, right? So I just wanted to share that with you all just to be sure that when you get it, and if it says child of mine or something like that on it, you still know that you have the right file, right? But again, in order to make the corrections or the changes that I made, you must have editing software in order to go in there and delete those steps, okay? So do y'all have any questions? And I'm just going to read back over the chat just to see, okay? Okay. And Miss Lucy is saying, hello, Latasha. How are you doing today? I'm great. Thank you for coming in. Love Mug Rose. Miss Betty is saying so many choices. Yes. It's so many choices, and then every time you change the fabric, you get a totally different project, right? So that's what I love about embroidery, you know, because you can change the thread color and get a totally different look on things. Love it. Okay, and Miss Marissa saying, yes, reading the direction more than once for me is very important. Yes, you got to be sure. Okay, so saying yes, 3 series. Okay, so that was y'all just saying you can see it. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Okay, you can't see my software? Oh my, y'all didn't see me share my screen? I'm gonna have to go back and do it if y'all can't see it. Let's see here. No problem. Y'all let me know if you cannot see the screen. Did you see my editing software? Because if not, I will go back through it. It's no problem. Okay, Angela Stitches says she's seen it. Crystal says she's seen it. So y'all seen the editing software with the design there? At first we seen it, then it went away. Pretty Eyes Covington, you seen it? Did y'all see me go through the steps? If you see me go through the steps and how I deleted those colors, say yes. Just type yes why in the comments just to let me know, because if not, I can go back through it. It's no problem. Yes. Okay. So I'm assuming that we're good, that y'all seen the editing software. Yes. No, no. Okay. No problem. Let's just pull it back up, y'all. Let's just pull it back up. No problem. Let's close that out. And let's see, because I thought I was sharing my screen here. Just a moment. Let's go back. Okay, y'all. Can y'all see the editing software now? Type "see it" if you see it, please. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what happened. I probably pushed something. Oh, I got rid of it again. Sorry, y'all. We're having trouble over here. Let me just put it back up there. Okay. Okay, Santa was canceled. 1 second, y'all. I'm going to figure this out. They don't want us to be great over here and try to learn something over here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, y'all, is that good? Type the emoji if you see it and see it. I do apologize for that, y'all. Because I just want to make sure that y'all see and understand the design when you pull it up. Type an emoji if you see it, if you see the editing software, please. Hello, Billy. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Miss Jacqueline gave me a thumbs up. There we go. I see that emoji. Thank y'all so much for being patient. Okay, so I probably pressed that when I was moving over to that, not realizing it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do this again. Okay, so oh goodness, I don't know what y'all gonna see when I open this up because I had this open first. Okay, so there we go. All right, so I'm gonna use the 5x7. Okay, let's see what it's looking like over here. Okay, so it's still open. Okay, so this is what the design is going to look like when you all pull it up, if you choose to use the same design, right? So what I was saying is when you first open it up, this is what it's going to look like. I deleted some steps because I didn't want to use the personalization on there because my fabric is printed. Let's see here. Be sure that y'all still see me. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Thank y'all for your patience. Okay, so this here, it's an applique. So the fabric that I'm going to use for my applique is printed. So I wanted to delete all the personalization in here. I don't need it because it's not going to show with the fabric that I'm using. And of course, I'm doing a coaster, you all. That's what I'm doing. And I probably didn't say that. I know we talked about mug rugs, but I'm doing coasters. Let's see here. So I'm going to delete this here because I don't want to use that. So I'll just go in one at a time and delete each thread color that I don't want as far as the personalization, but I'm leaving everything else, right? Oh, I need that. Okay, and I don't need that little bow. Okay, so this is pretty much what I'm left with here, right? So Again, when you pull a design up from the link that I shared in the description box, it's going to be with the personalization. But I deleted all the inside except for the stippling. Let me change the color so y'all can see that. I left that in there. Okay. Okay. Did y'all see that? Okay. All right. I love seeing the emojis, y'all. That's funny. Thank y'all for sharing them though. I was just trying to think of something different to put in there to make sure that I understand what y'all was saying to me. Okay. So if that'll be all, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to the go ahead and hoop my stabilizer. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. All right, y'all, we're back. Okay, y'all. So again, I'm gonna use my 5x7 hoop, and I'm gonna use cutaway. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn y'all a little bit here. I'll bring y'all down a little bit. I hope that doesn't make y'all dizzy. Y'all look, y'all see I'm using my bag from last week, right? But y'all who were here, we made the one with the glitter, but this is my first one I made just testing it out. So yes, I'm using my little pouch, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of stabilizer. I'm using cutaway in the hoop. And again, I'm doing a coaster. Let me slide this back a little bit. Okay, and I'm make sure that I'm using my grid tonight too, y'all. That's important. I'll show you how I'm gonna use that. Scissors. Okay, so just gonna go ahead and cut a piece of stabilizer to get this hooked up. And we're gonna get started. Just making sure my arrows are lined up. Loosen it up a tad bit here. Just a little bit more. I want that to just kind of slide in there. A little bit more. Oh, come on now. All right, let's try again. There we go. Got that on, and now just hoping the tab, the cutaway. Cutaway is what I'm using. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead, since this is bigger than my hoop, I'm gonna go ahead and trim that off some so it's out the way. Y'all, let me know if there anybody here who has a 4x4 machine, because that's why I chose this, because I know usually we do designs that are for bigger hoops. Do we have any 4x4 machine owners out there? Because that's the reason why I went on and said, okay, I'm gonna just do this because it can be done the 4x4 or the 5x7, right? Okay, get this here closer to me. And I'm going to pull a design up. Let's see, I'm a USB. Let's get that. No 4x4 hoops out there? Okay, so I'm just pulling up the design. So already I have bobbin in there already, 4x4 Pathfinder Mom. Okay, awesome. So Pathfinder Mom, this is something that can be done on a 4x4 hoop. What the one that I'm using is for a 5x7, but the link that I shared with the design has a 5x7 and a 4x4. So this can be done on a 4x4 machine as well. Okay, awesome. And Pretty Eyes Covington is in she has a PE535. Okay, great. And I thought about that just to be sure that everybody can do it. I'm just going to do a trace around just because that's what we do. But I pretty much know it's going to fit inside of it. Okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put our presser foot down. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, I forgot to go over the supplies. After this stop, I'm going to go over the supplies with y'all. Okay, so let's back up. So I'm using my 5x5 hoop. I have a piece of batting that I'm using. This is going to be the fabric that's going to go right on top of the batting. I'm going to use basting adhesive. This is going to be my fabric that's going to go inside of the applique. And I will say I added, I don't know if y'all can see the shiny on there. I added heat and bond. Now on the directions, I don't remember if they said add heat and bond or not, but because I knew I was going to be doing like that satin stitch and that stippling on top of it, I just went on and added the heat and bond on there. So that's something to think about when you if you choose to do this design. But I put it on there because we're doing applique. And what the heat and bond does, it helps the fabric not fray, right? So I did add that on there. And these are my two pieces of fabric that's for the back. And that's a lot of, that's the, from the batting. You see that fuzz from the batting. But I have two pieces like this that are folded in half for the back part of it, for the to create that like envelope. Okay, so all right, so I already stitched this here. This is the placement stitch, and I did it in black to hope that y'all can see it. This is the placement stitch. This is showing me where to add my batting and my fabric, right? So in my trash can here. I usually walk outside to do this, but since I'm live, we're gonna just do it right here as far as spraying that basting spray. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna lightly spray some adhesive on the back of it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and place it over that, right? And to be sure that it's covered, I kind of look through it. I don't know if y'all can, well, if I'm looking through it, like holding it up to the light, I can make sure that it's covering it. That's just a tip if you had to try to figure that part out. It kind of helps you with that. I'm using my lint roller too because I have, it's probably the little stuff from the batting on here. So. And I'm going to lay this on top of the batting. I'm going to spray adhesive on top. I sprayed adhesive underneath the bottom of the batting. Now I'm going to spray on top because I want to lay my fabric next on top of it. So I'm going to use this adhesive again on the top of that. And that just helps it lay and stay in place. So then I'll just add this on top. And I did press these too, y'all. It's just whenever your fabric is rolled up on the bolt, it still has those lines in it. Okay. Okay, I thought I heard somebody, y'all. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And excuse that line there. I did press this fabric, but it's still for some reason showing that line. So I just use adhesive to put that on top. And then we're going to go back to the machine. And I'm going to change my thread so y'all can see what stitch out next. Change my thread to a lighter color. Alrighty, y'all. Okay, so tweezers here. So I have to pull that thread to make sure it's all the way through there. Okay. All right, so go ahead and start the machine back up. Okay. There's nothing that I need to do at this stage, but I just want to show y'all what it's stitched. It's stitched a basting stitch. You see how big those stitches are in there? That's just a basting stitch. And that's to hold your fabric and batting down from it shifting. Okay. So going back on the machine. So now it's stitched out my placement for my applique. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my fabric down and try to make sure I line it up straight since it's reading, that way, trying to make sure it's not crooked. Cut this little piece of thread that's just a tie off. And I'm gonna go ahead and place this in here. And the fabric is pretty big, but it's all good. This is let's hope that I have it straight, guys. Okay. And I'm not gonna use the basting spray on it this time. I'm just gonna use just some packing tape. I know it's just kind of tacky, but that's what I'm gonna use this time. It's a very simple design, guys, especially for a beginner, Oh, shift it on me here. Hope I have it lined up good. Let's do that again to be sure I got it right. I'm just kind of taping this on here. Okay. So I just have it taped on here. A little piece of clear tape there and a piece of clear tape at the top there. And I also like to use masking tape sometimes too. But since I'm going fabric on fabric to try to hold it in place, that's why I chose to use the packing tape because it's more tacky. Okay. So we're going back on the machine. Okay. And what color? I'm gonna leave the color that's on here because it's a light color. That's way when it goes around, y'all will be able to see it on camera. I'm using my ruler instead of putting my hand out there. You don't want that stain to catch your hand. It caught my hand one time and the needle didn't go down, but the power from it, just from the pressure foot, it bumped my hand, and that was enough for me. It's a power tool we're working with here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the tape off, and then I'll let y'all see what it looks like. You just did the tack down. Okay, so that's what the tack down looks like. It's around there. Placement looks pretty decent there. Looks okay, looks good. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and use my applique scissors to go ahead and cut this off, because that was a tack down stitch. And when you're doing this stage, you want to be sure that you don't cut the seam, the tack down. Look as close as you can get to it without cutting it. And I will say, this designer, the stitch, the satin stitch that they chose is really a good satin stitch. It's a nice wide satin stitch to make sure that it covers up the fabric when you cut around it, right? If y'all have any questions, please type them in the comments down there. And if you're getting any help, if this is helpful for y'all, if y'all just like hanging out, give it a thumbs up, please, please, please. I thank y'all for showing up week after week, though. Showing up for yourself too, you know. Hopefully you're getting some value over here. So I cut around it. So now I'm just going to go back on the machine. The next thing to stitch out is going to be the stippling. I hope I'm saying that right. If we have any quilters in here, if I'm not saying it right, y'all give me a pass, but let me know if I'm saying it right. Okay? Because I'm saying stippling. I hope that's right. Okay, so let's focus. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut this off. And stick that to the side. Going to go ahead and pull that on through. I'm going to go ahead and change my thread because I'm going to use black on here because it's going to go on this here. That way it doesn't cover up what it says on there, right? So let's go ahead and change the thread. All right. I'm back to the machine. And now it's going to stitch the stippling. Pull that to the back. All right, and we're ready. So that's just the stippling that's going to be stitched in there. I'm going to turn y'all around, but that's going to take about a minute there. All right, let's see here. Okay. And this Marissa saying she used a Dollar Tree masking tape. And she do hers. It's not so sticky, but sticky enough. Right. And I was using the packing tape that time because it was going fabric to fabric. So I was just trying to use it for that this time. But yes, I do usually like to use masking tape for embroidery, like if I'm trying to hold something down. And Miss Andrea is saying good evening. Thank you for coming in, Miss Andrea. And Miss Angela in Stitches. And I know I have misspelled it, but it's usually stippling 8. Quilters use it. I hope I said that right. Stippling. Right. Okay. I hope I'm saying it right. Let's see. You are right. It is Is stippling or stipling? Long I, like stipling or stippling? Okay, so that's the stippling, stifling. So let's move this out the way here. So I don't know if y'all can really see that, but it's just did the stippling. It's like the wigglies, that part for anybody who don't know, that's not in quilting. But so next is going to do the satin stitch. So my satin stitch, I'm gonna use that lighter thread. So I'm gonna change my thread out again. There we go. Hopefully we'll get some better angles, y'all, at some point with a additional camera at some point. So I thank y'all so much, because I know it'll probably be shaking y'all up, making you sick and everything. But I thank y'all for hanging out. Okay, so I'm just changing my thread again here. All right, and that's it. Pull through that time. So we're going to go back on the machine. It's just going to do the satin stitch. There we go. A short eye. Okay. Thank you. Stippling. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to be saying it all wrong. Now, so they have a satin stitch that's left. And then after that, we're going on to the hoop with the back part of it. It's a really quick design. Excuse me. But if you choose to do like personalization on it, it will take a little bit longer with your personalization, right? This is a nice thick satin stitch, y'all. It's so very forgiving. I almost want to stop it just to show y'all this. We'll just cut the thread just to take it off the machine to show y'all. This makes me happy. Seeing a thick satin stitch, y'all. Like, really. I'll just back the machine up. But I don't know if y'all can see in there where the middle of it is, where the line is running straight in the middle where I cut the fabric. And look how big the satin stitch is, y'all. I'm trying to see if I have it up here right. Look at the satin stitch. They really had a beginner in mind when they did that satin stitch, y'all. This makes me so happy. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that, to show you how thick that satin stitch is. So I'm just going to back the machine up about 10 stitches. Oh goodness, I just had a flashback. I thought about when I first got my machine and I needed to back my machine up. That was one thing that made me so very nervous as a beginner. So sorry. Just had a moment. So let's focus, right? Let's focus. So but yeah, I just backed the machine up and it's just gonna pick up. Okay, I did it. Did I back it up? Or let's see here. Let's cut the thread. And let's see. I don't know if I back it up, if I went forward, but we're gonna just, I think I backed it up. It's okay. Normally I wouldn't go back that far, but it'll be okay. Because I can't remember if I went forward or if I went back. So it's all good. So we're just going to start back up. And when you do that, you want to make sure that you cut your thread, because if you cut it from above your hoop, the bottom is still tight. Make sure you cut the bottom if you have to reverse the machine, if you just cut it just on the top. Yeah, but that's a nice thick satin stitch on there, y'all. When I seen that, I was like, yes, that's good for beginners, you know. It's more forgiving. I just have a piece of thread here, kind of loopy thread, no problem. We're just gonna go ahead and snip it. It's probably from where I reverse the machine. It's all good. There we go. Because it's going around just like the second time, but then it's going to come back around and do the full satin stitch. So it's going to catch it. Do y'all have any questions? Okay, Miss Angela and Stitches is saying looks great. Thank you, thank you. And Miss Nina Stitching Styles is saying cute. Thank you. And Crystal is saying nice. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for hanging out over here too. Y'all, this is my friend that's over here. She don't really do embroidery, but she's over here supporting me. So that means a lot. So thank y'all. Thank you for hanging in there, hanging out with us. Yeah, so let's see. Y'all have any questions? And Missy Betty saying, good job. Thank you, thank you. It's such an easy project, y'all. Yeah, she's saying, you know, she's out of her element, but she's enjoying herself. Thank you. Yeah, what kind of projects are y'all working on this weekend? Y'all have any projects that are coming up this weekend? I think I have a few polos that I need to get done. Thank you. And this is my cousin in here, y'all. Nice job, cousin. Thank you for coming in, y'all. Thank you, Karen. Oh, thank you, thank you. And again, they don't do embroidery, y'all, but they just showing up over here to support me. That means a lot. I thank you both so much. Hello, Miss Linda Grayson. Hello, Latasha and Chad. Thank you for coming in, Miss Linda. Hello. It's going really slow. It's a lot of stitches here too. That's why I really chose to use the heat and bond light on the back of that fabric as well. Y'all remember to give it a thumbs up if y'all finding any value over here. Wish I could get y'all a little closer in. I might end up making a boo-boo trying to get y'all closer. I feel like it's something else I needed to tell y'all. And Pretty Ass Covenant is saying, where did I get the design? I got this design from Creative Fabrica. I did load it, well, link it in the description box too if you want to check it out. And I don't think it was here from, yes. Yeah, it's in the description box. I got it from Creative Fabrica. And also, I did want to share with y'all, that's what I wanted to tell you about. Again, this is what the one I was originally going to do, this mug rug. But again, has some other problems. But this is a free design. I'll have to go back and link this. I want to say this came from Embroidery Library. I think is where it came from. So this was a free design. But this is, they only had it for 5x7 though. They didn't have it for the 4x4. And I'll go back and I'll link that later. Let me make a note for myself. Because if y'all are interested in that, I'll be sure to link that down there. Because it's the free design. Because I was trying to think of designs that I can do that doesn't cost something every time y'all tune in, you know? So that's the reason why I really originally started with this design first. But then if you have Creative Fabrica, you know, it's a one-time fee and you have access to so many different designs on Creative Fabrica. So, and that's another reason why I pull designs from Creative Fabrica a lot of times too, because if you have a membership, it's a lot of different things you have access to. And if you have editing software, you can always change your design up, you know, try to, you know, take the personalization out if you need to or whatever. So let me make myself a note to list that that design to the mug rug. I'll link that. It's probably going to be tomorrow. It might be tonight. I might get to it tonight when we're done here. But I'll be sure to link that for anybody who's interested in doing it. Okay, let's see here. And Miss Jacqueline said I just upgraded my 5-foot quilting table to a 10-foot table. Oh, and I'm learning how to connect leader. This to my test quilt. I just got it on Tuesday. I'm loving it. Awesome. So you're quilting. Oh my goodness. That's awesome though. Whoop whoop for upgrading some, getting you some more equipment. That's always fun, right? Awesome, awesome. All right, so there we go. It's stopping. All right, y'all. All right, so now, so this is what it looked like, y'all. Y'all know I like to share it to the end, right? But this is what it's looking like. Okay, so next, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and add the fabric because we're going into the last step. This is going to be the fabric that's going to be on the back. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. And this is where I like to use my grid, right? I like to use my grid since this is well, the directional fabric, but since this is going to be it's going to close up like an envelope, right? So I want to try to be sure that it's not crooked when I put it on the back. So that's where I'm going to use my grid just to kind of eyeball about where I want to put my fabric underneath here. And I hope that's making sense. Let me try to roughly do the first piece. And I like to stand up so I can see across the top of it. Excuse me, y'all, for standing in the camera. So, and I like to go. And another thing, when you're doing the pocket on the back of here, if you're doing like a set of these, you want to be sure that whatever your overlap is, like if you're going to overlap it an inch, like here, be sure that you try to follow that along with all of them if you're doing a set of coasters. Because if not, if you overlap it 1 inch or then 1.5 inch, when you look at the back of your coasters, if it's a set, your envelope is going to be different areas of it. And you want to just try to make them where they look more uniform, right? So just a tip. So when you're putting this backing on here, something to think about. Okay. So here, just trying to be sure that it's straight. And I'm going to use my grid to see about where my fabric is hitting. And y'all might not be able to see this because it's black. But I'm going to try to hold it up to the camera anyway, just so y'all can see, try to see what I'm talking about. You see where the black lines up here? I'm trying to use my grid so I can see roughly if it's about straight. So when you finish it, when you look on the back, it's not lopsided, you know? So you gotta, that's the reason why I'm using the grid here, right? So that looks good. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my other piece on here. And also this fabric that's going on the back, because it's going to be an envelope on the back. Okay, your crease where you fold it in half, your halves where it's the folded end needs to be toward the inside of the hoop, right? So when I put this one on, this is the folded end. It's going to be going toward that way. That way, when you finish it, it's a closed end. It's not like two raw pieces of fabric open, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this other piece on. And I'm going to use my grid again just to try to see if I can see about where that second one is hitting, just to be sure that it's straight. And I think one of them really don't matter because one would be on the inside of the hoop, of the envelope. But right now, I'm not sure which one that is. I have to do more practice of it, then kind of eyeball it and see which one. But for right now, I'm just going to be sure that both of them are kind of straight, right? Okay, that looks like about right. So, y'all really can't see it because it's black on black now. But I just make sure that both folded ends are toward the middle, one over the other. Now, another thing that this digitizer, one step that they included that I wasn't used to, but I think it's a good tip. All right, so I'm going to use it just to show y'all. And I'm also going to share with you what I didn't like about it. Well, I don't want to say didn't like about it, but let me just tell y'all. So what the digitizer recommended is, since these flaps here, with the machine, with it being basically, you can say, what, 1, 2, 3 pieces of fabric and batting. Usually your machine, because of the way the presser foot is, sometimes it'll catch it, right? So what the designer of this design recommended is that you use some tearaway on top of it. So when the machine is going, the machine is just going to be running on top of the tearaway. So that way it gives it less of a chance of your presser foot pulling your fabric up, right? So that's what I'm gonna do that. And then I'll show y'all the concern that I had with it after I did it, since we're learning over here. And then you use that information or not. So, but I just wanted to make sure that because I'm doing it here, I want to show you what I did find about it. So I'm just using masking tape, since this is paper on paper, you can say. And I'll show y'all what it looks like. And this one is paper to hoop. I'll just use this other way, it's a little shorter. Okay, so this is tearaway on the top. So after I stitch this close, I'll just rip this off, right? And I just use masking tape this time, since it's paper to hoop. And up here is paper to stabilizer to hoop. So that's why I use the masking tape, because it's less sticky. So to the machine. When I get back on the machine here, let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Let me read the comment first, because I like to watch this. Even though that stabilizer still should help it not rip it off, the hoop, I just want to read this just to be sure I'm not missing anything. And Miss Jacqueline is saying, beautiful stitching, thank you. And Miss Marissa saying, thank you for sharing about the grid. I never made one with the envelope folded. Awesome. Yes, I use that to kind of eyeball it to be sure that it's not crooked. Now, I will say if you did it on the multi-needle, I don't know how you would work that part out. But that's just something I just thought about since I was sitting here doing it on a single needle. Okay, and Pathfinder Mom is saying I'm visiting in Michigan now, but when I get back, I'm going to make this. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great, great for you. This will be a good, easy beginner 4x4 project. Okay, but be sure that you choose the one for the 4x4, not the 5x7, because it's two designs included. Okay, well, I need to put the hoop on first. There we go. Okay, so before I get started, I'm going to change my thread because this is going to be the one on the outside. However, the way that this digitizer did this, that basting stitch, if y'all remember that basting stitch, let me pull this off and show you again. I'm not in a rush. I just want to share this. That basting stitch, I remember the basting stitch that stitched out in the beginning. Let me just pull it off to show you. I want you to, oh, the envelope too. I'm not going to take it out. So, but what I was about to say is I'm going to use, I'm going to change the thread to black. Remember the basting stitch was a lighter color just for y'all to see it. You're not going to see this color on the outside because that basting stitch is just outside of, well, this is just out, the last stitch to close it up is just outside the basting stitch. So I want to just add that in there. Okay. Now let me take this back on. Y'all get so excited to share stuff with y'all. Here it is. I'm trying to go backwards. Okay, so let's focus here. Make sure I didn't shift anything. Looks good. Okay, to the machine, and we're going to go. I already cut the thread, and remember you want to pull your thread from the bottom. And I'm going on with black because I want this to match up with my with if it happens to show. So, which it should be fine. No, I don't think it's going to, but all right. So there we go. All right, so, and this is the last stitch. And again, this is just going to be closing the envelope up. Okay, Angela Stitches and made my 3-year-old grandson a pair of dinosaur pajamas, and I am working on a Toy Story pillowcase with his name. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it, love it. Awesome. I know he's probably really excited about it when you give it to him and it's personalized for him. That's the great thing about this, because even after they outgrow these type of things, it's still keepsakes, right? So that's why I really love the personalization. And Angela Stitches, Crystal is saying something to you in the comments here. He's saying how awesome. I know he loves it. Gifts from you. Awesome, right? Awesome, awesome. All right, y'all. We're almost done. I love that sound. Oh, y'all probably didn't hear the machine over me, huh? Okay, so let's take this thing on off of here. So this is what it looks like after. And y'all know I usually let y'all see my tension. You probably can't really see it, but usually on this machine, I usually always have to adjust my tension. And guess what? I didn't do that tonight. So you don't even see the bobbin on this part here, right? You don't even see the bobbin. So again, let's go back to the front of the hoop here. This is just a tearaway. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take it, and when I pull it down, I'm going to try to, from the inside, I'm going to try to rip toward the stitches. And then when I'm pulling it from the outside, I'm going to try to rip toward the stitches. because I'm going to show you what I'm trying to prevent from happening. It's still going to happen because it's papery, you know. So I should have cut down in the middle there. See if I can rip it from the middle. See, I'm tearing it open here to try to see if I can rip it toward the stitches, and then I'll tell y'all why. It's still not working too good for me. I have to use these scissors. I know, doing too many steps here. But when I say rip toward the stitches, I'm like, so. Yeah, I should probably be holding that too, y'all. Excuse me. Because I'm going to show y'all what I do not like about this. It's still a good tip though, because when I know y'all did some of the masks back during COVID, right? So the masks that I did those in the hoop with the envelope like this here. And I wish I had knew about using a tearaway on there with hopes of it not pulling it off your machine, because ain't nothing like your project being ripped out your hoop, y'all. Y'all know how that feel. I know it's gonna happen to most of us. And if it didn't happen to you, I hope it don't, because it's a frustrating part. So I'm gonna try to tear the same way, tear this way here. Trying to tear toward the stitches. Okay, so this is what I don't like about it. Y'all see all that there? And even though if you were doing a project and you use tearaway, you know, we still leave stabilizer on there. But I don't like the way it looks on the back, even though it's going to be on the inside. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of let it go. However, I would take my and the reason why I was tearing it from like toward it, so hopefully that it go enough underneath that I can just kind of pull it out of there. Like that's just kind of coming out. But all of it's not going to come out. That's why I didn't really like the way the tearaway did. However, which one would I rather? Leaving this little fuzz stuff on there or being ripped out the hoop? We gotta choose, right? So that's why I still did that. I also want to share with y'all because when the designer, that's what they included in it, right? So I'm just trying to pick it up. Or you have some tweezers. You can use your tweezers to try to pull it out of there. Try to. So that's the only thing that I really didn't care about it, but it's not gonna, you know, break your project, though. It'll still be fine, you know. And it's probably just showing up more because this is black fabric too. So that's all I'm doing. Just trying to pull it out of there before I flip it, because after you flip it, that's it. How y'all feeling about this on here, y'all? What are y'all thoughts? Well, thank y'all for hanging out too, guys. We are to the end. And I'm not gonna worry too much about them. Use my and actually I can go ahead and take it out the hoop as well. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a few of these threads off the back as well. You'll see the tie-offs there. When you're cutting those tie-offs, be careful that you don't cut them too short, because it will unravel your project, right? And we don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that basting stitch. So it's like when you flip it, it's going to be on the inside. I don't know if y'all can see the basting stitch there. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, my hands are hurting. It's probably from doing this hoop, holding that hoop. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just take it out of the hoop, y'all. There we go. And these hoops need a bath This is the cleanest one though, y'all. Don't judge me. Because I know y'all got some that's probably need a bath too, right? But yeah, it need a bath. So I'm just gonna use my my lint roller to try to see if I can get some more off of here. And you see, it's not really pulling up, but it's gonna be on the inside, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. You see that on there? What y'all thoughts about it? Okay, so and Miss Angela and Stitches is saying my tag says handmade. We love our grandma. I love that. Oh, I love it. And Crystal said we have to choose our battles. Exactly. Right. Miss Veronica, hi. Wondering, do you have a Facebook where it can show our work or help each other out? I've never done in the hoop projects. Miss Veronica, I would love that, but y'all, I don't have a Facebook group for y'all because that would be great because being over here on YouTube, it's a great place to stream and do other videos. But yeah, you're unable to post your work. Miss Veronica, you trying to put me to work? But that would be nice. I think about that all the time. I do. But no, I don't have one. I haven't created one. And Angela says, she's saying, thank you, Crystal. Okay. Miss Veronica, I'm gonna have to think about it because I did, because that would be a nice place to see, because I want to see if y'all working with me or not. So, and Miss Betty was saying I wouldn't use a tearaway. I never had a problem. Right. And when I used to do those masks with that on there like that, I would have to be sure that it doesn't rip it off. However, with this one, the way the designer did it, they told you which way to put the fabric on, and that designer, it started the machine, it went down here, and then it backed up and went around. Well, wrong way. Then it backed up and went around. So it really depends on how it's digitized too. So I was comfortable not using tearaway with this project because the way that the digitizer digitized it. So that's a good thing. Whenever you take your design to your editing software, it's good to look and see how the digitizer set it up. So yes, because this here, I don't like the way it looked, but it's going to be on the inside. It's just like leaving stabilizer on the back of a project anyway, you know, because no, it wouldn't be that. But yeah, but I'm not too crazy about it. And especially since it's on black, and it's probably why it's bothering me more, because I see it more, it's more visual on black. So I like the idea, Tasha. See if baby girl will manage it for you. Woo! We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what is tearaway exactly. Now, tearaway is just another type of stabilizer. It's just like I use stabilizer to put in the hoop to do my project on. Stabilizer, the tearaway stabilizer is usually used for things that doesn't have stretch to it. So you can use that like we use this stabilizer in the hoop as well. But this designer just recommended you use it so it doesn't rip it off. So I hope that answered your question. Well, I have to think about the group, Miss Veronica. That's a great idea. It really is, because I thought about that. I didn't know how many people would be interested, but I would love to see you're welcome. You're welcome. I would love to see y'all's work, you know? So anyway, let me get back to the project. So the next thing I want to do, see, you got these layers here. So this is the envelope. This is the back fabric right here. Y'all having trouble trying to find the camera. That's the back fabric. And then you remember that batting that's in there, right? And then the cutaway. So the thing that I'm going to try to do is not open it, but kind of fold it back. And what I want to do is go ahead and cut away the cutaway and the batting. That way it removes some of the bulk from when you get ready to flip it inside out. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna work on right now, to go ahead and try to cut that out. And I'm gonna try to cut as close as I can without cutting over the stitch, right? Thank you, Miss Veronica. That's really a good question, because I have been thinking about it. Thank you so much, because that will be a place for people to show their work, because I do be wanting to see y'all, you know, trying to do plain, like, beginner stuff over here. That way you're not intimidated. Take the frustration and intimidation out of getting started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead again. I'm gonna fold this back. I'm trying to cut the cutaway and the batting. Just trying to cut close around to it. Me in my left hand. Okay. I'll show y'all when I'm done. Let me see if I can tilt this down. I don't know if y'all be able to really see or not. So just trying to cut around here. Hey, Miss Veronica, while you're in here, I needed to know, because I think you do the covers for the buy machines, right? The clear covers. Because I'm thinking I want to get one for my machine. If you do, I'll have to message you after we get off of here. Or if you don't mind sharing the information, you can share it here if you want to. Because anybody else who has a buy machine, if they might want one. Because I thought I remember seeing where you do those, the plastic covers. And I think I want my logo, because I thought I've seen where you can do logos. Let me know if that's true, or am I just making it up? Because I think I want one for my machine. Okay, almost done, y'all. I'll turn around and see if I cut as much as I can. Yeah, I'm a little nervous because on that first mug rug, y'all, I'm telling you, mistakes happen. I cut through the stitches, like around the edge of the stitches on that mug rug. And I thought about when we were here last week, somebody, I cannot remember who it was, said to use your sewing machine to go around it. And I used my sewing machine and I was able to fix the problem. So oh, it's other Veronica. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. I was want one for my machine. Thank you so much for clarification too. I appreciate you. Forgot it is too. Thank you so much. I just put you on the spot too, didn't I? Okay, so this is what it's looking like, y'all. I'm gonna go back and cut my corners, but I cut away the cutaway on the back and some of the batting, just kind of trimmed around the project, right? It's not straight, but it's gonna be all right. Okay, so next, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to set y'all up. So here, now I'm going to go and I want to cut, I think they said like 1/4 of an inch. Said 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch, I think. So I'm just gonna go and cut around and cut the fabric away now. Cut the fabric away. Oh, I don't like the way that look, y'all. Oh, but it's gonna be on the inside. So I'm gonna use this ruler because it has 1/4 of an inch mark here. So I'm just going to hold this on top of it so I can, and I'm probably doing this upside down. So y'all quilters, please just let me just figure this out. Because I know when I hold this up the way I'm cutting this, y'all probably gonna be like, what in the world is this girl doing? So what I'm gonna do, see, like I'm trying to cut 1/4 of an inch from this seam. So I'm just gonna use my ruler here and just put it on top of there until it kind of goes away up underneath there. And that lets me know it's 1/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna just go around and cut that fabric off of there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, so yeah, I got it upside down, but I'm like, it worked for me last time. So, and oh, I need to get my cutting mat. That would not be good to cut this up. It's already chipped up pretty bad. So I'm just gonna use my cutting mat here. Use my cutting mat, and I'm just gonna go around. Make sure it's stable and you're not hanging off the desk. And I'm just gonna cut all around here. Probably needed my bigger one, but it'll be okay. Oh, it'll be okay because it's, and yes, I need a new blade. I got some, but guess what? I'm nervous to change it, y'all. Nervous to change it. So I'm just going around cutting 1/4 of an inch. One more to go. Okay, so I just went and I cut all the fabric around, and I cut it from like 1/8 of an inch from the black, right? So next what I want to do, now this comes out like a rounded edge on there. So I'm gonna just go and cut more off of this so when you flip it, hopefully it'll flip out cleaner. So I'm gonna just kind of do this. I had been using a piece of like something like so to kind of cut around it, but I thought about it. That's not good because when I start using that thread, it's gonna snag on my machine. So I'm gonna just try to freehand it, I guess you call it, and hope I don't cut nothing. I don't want to have to pull the sewing machine out tonight. And no, I'm not a seamstress, y'all. I can sew a straight line a little bit. Need to work more on my corners, curves. I could cut a little bit more for there. Okay. And I probably can cut closer to this, but yeah, I'm a little nervous because I don't want to cut the corners. So let's move this out the way. Put this back up. Okay, so I just kind of cut around it there. And I probably could have cut my little corners a little closer and probably make it a little cleaner. Okay, so use this here. It's almost a reveal, y'all. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn around this time to y'all so y'all can see. Here we go. Oh, wow, woman, hair flying. Okay, y'all. Okay, so now again, not worried too much about that on the inside because it's going to be on the inside, right? So we're not going to stress about it. Let me just cut a few of these threads, even though they're going to be on the inside too. It's going to be okay. Thank y'all for hanging out, guys. Y'all, please give it a thumbs up if this is helpful. Or if y'all just enjoy hanging out before you start your weekend. Okay, so remember, it has the envelope back here, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and flip it. Be careful so you don't rip anything, like your seams or anything. Look how cute! Love it. Y'all know y'all get tired of my singing. And that's probably part of the basting stitch right there. Or maybe a tie off something. I don't know. I'll just probably cut it or something. Oh, y'all can't really see what I'm doing, huh? So I'm just flipping it inside, well, right side out now. Yeah. Look. Look how cute. Look, y'all. So it's a coaster. Look how cute, y'all. So look, this is how it looks on the back. Now, some finishing things to do. Y'all remember I used the heat and bond, right? So heat and bond, when you add it to the fabric, you got to add heat to activate the adhesive when you put it on the back of the fabric, right? So now that I've stitched it onto my project, now we need to finish it off by adding heat for it to adhere to the fabric on the other side, right? So that's one thing you have to do if you're using the heat and bond light, right? And then now the way that the designer recommended that little bubble there, I probably could have laid that fabric a little better there because it's kind of up a little bit there, but it can be okay. This is just a test stitch. So I was about to say, so on the back here, the way that the designers, I want to say they recommended that you can like hand stitch it some kind of way. I don't know how we would do that because again, I'm not a seamstress, right? But also they recommended the stitch witchery, and I don't know what other name there is for it, but with the stitch witchery, you'll take it and you'll get your piece long enough to go inside of here, and then you place it inside of it. Be sure that when you're doing this, you don't get this on your iron though. You just put it just inside of there, flatten it out, make sure it's all the way inside, and then you will iron it. That will activate the adhesive on the stitch witchery to close it up if you care to do so. Because it's going to be on the bottom. It's a coaster, right? But y'all, look, I was so excited about this, y'all. Look. So let me read the comments real quick here. And Crystal saying, love how you all are well of resources to each other. Exactly. That's a great thing. I love that part. And I'm hemming pants right now, not fun, right? You're gonna be good. I tell you, I can sew a straight line and I do the baby bibs, but I just take my time, you know. And Missy Betty saying cute. Thank you. Crystal saying awesome sauce. Miss Betty saying very cute. Thank y'all. Thank you. And Crystal saying I got nothing. All right, y'all. So look. So this is what I was thinking, y'all. And I'm gonna show you something else, y'all. Look. When you're doing coasters, you gotta do 4, right? Right? That's a set. So this is something else I wanted to show y'all as well. When I was saying that when you're doing the envelope, when you're putting the fabric on the back, you want to be sure that when you're putting the fabric on there, you want to be sure that you're kind of measuring, you know, to be sure that the envelopes looks about the same on the back. But if it don't, I mean, it'll be fine. But just in case, you know, if you're looking to sell them or something, Because look at here, I'm trying to see which one it was. Because I had to make more than one, y'all. They sell coasters by the fours. Okay, so it's this one here. Let me see if I can flip it and show y'all. Okay. See this one here. That looks like about right. But I think this one over here is when I got kind of wrong. I think the envelopes are different sizes. Let me see. Yeah, they off maybe about half an inch, I guess. You see the difference in that? So that's what I was saying about when you're doing the envelope. You want to be sure that you are making note how much of an overlap you have. So when you finish, even if it happens to turn over, they'll all pretty much look about the same. And that's something I didn't do in the beginning. I did not think about the overlap and how big it was. So just a note to you all if you decide to do this, right? So, and then on black, all that little fuzzy stuff, I think that's some of the batting. And then black always show like that anyway. What do y'all think? Y'all look at there. And again, if you do the coaster, y'all, it's got to be 4 of them, right? 4 is a set. Yes, right? And Miss Jacqueline is saying, I love the way you take your time and explain the project step by step. It turned out very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, you know, when I show up over here, I do it all in fun because y'all, I just love embroidery. Like really, anybody that would talk to me about embroidery, I would talk their head off. So I thank you for that because when I show up over here, I do want hope that it's helping people, you know, or we're just hanging out, you know, whichever one you're here for. I'm here for it, right? So, but y'all, look how cute. I guess I need to get me a thumbnail. Let's see here. Stop shaking now. Let's see here. Isn't that cute, y'all? Let's see. Too close or something. I'm gonna have to do this another time because I'm up too close, y'all. Won't let me get me a thumbnail tonight. Okay, y'all. Just in case if I'm able to use that later. But yes, y'all. This is saying super cute. Thank you, thank you. And Missy Betty said, I love these. I need to get busy. You're a true motivator. Thank you so much. And I know we need to really think about doing a group, y'all. Like really, because I would love to see y'all work. You know, hope that these are simple projects that y'all can get out and get started on, right? And Miss Betty, I think they deserve a thumbs up. Thank you, Miss Betty. Y'all heard what Miss Betty said. Y'all give me a thumbs up. Give the coasters a thumb up. Give the thumbs up. So, but y'all, anyway, just if it was helpful for you, you know, if you enjoyed being over here, give it a thumbs up, please, because it helps the channel to help it get out to more people. And Chris was saying she absolutely loves them. Thank you, thank you. If you like these, you know, when we talk, well, I sent you a message yesterday, y'all. I sent her a sneak peek yesterday and say, look what I'm working on tomorrow. She's like, what is that? I said, listen, you got to show up on live tomorrow to see. So she showed up. These are for you. These for Miss Cindy. These are for Miss Cindy. That's why when I seen the way the first one came out, when I just tested, just say, I think Miss Cindy would like these. So these are Crystal. These are for Miss Cindy. That's why I went on. I did 4 of them, right? So these are for Miss Cindy. Yeah. So nice. Thank you all. Thanks for all your sharing. Thank you so much, Pretty Eyes Covington. Thank you for showing up over here too. Because even when you don't catch us live, I do see that you come back and watch the replay. So that means a lot as well. She said, oh my OMG. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Betty said, I think that, come on, did I repeat somewhere? Yes, Miss Betty, let them know. Give them a thumbs up, y'all. Because we're finished. Y'all just want to read through these. We can brainstorm through it. Okay, I'm gonna have to because I would really love to see the projects. Angela and Stitches is saying perfection. Natasha, great job. Thank you for showing up over here. And She's going to love them. Awesome. I'll be sure to go ahead and package them. But listen, Crystal, you can't tell about that little white stuff on the inside though. Don't tell about that little white stuff. But I'll probably just go ahead and put some stitch witchery on them to go ahead and close them up so she won't see it anyway. So, but I'll finish those up and we'll meet up and get these for her. But yeah, I had her in mind when I did these. That's why I went on and did 4 of them. And Miss Jacqueline said, I have a 10 needle brother machine, but I must say I have learned a lot from you working on your embroidery machine. They're almost same. Right. That's so true, Miss Jacqueline. When usually with any multi-needle machine, any machine, you know, they work a little differently, but when you think doing technique, like you're doing something in the hoop or you're doing a shirt or just whatever, when you learn the basics of like applique, you can still do applique on any kind of machine, right? As long as you know how to put the steps in to stop your machine when it needs to go. So that's what, at first I was like, okay, I was really teaching them on the buy. But then I said, you know, I know everybody that come here don't have a buy machine, right? So that's why I had to backtrack and said, okay, we're just going to focus on embroidery and we're going to focus on technique. So thank you so much for sharing that, because that means we're on the right track. Thank you for sharing that. And Crystal is saying it's our secret. Thank you. And all she is going to see is the saints. Right. And are those coasters for sale? Well, this first set is for Miss Sandy, but if you want some, cousin, you know you can text me. I'll get you taken care of. And actually, y'all, we have different kinds of fabric, though. This is a really nice scrap buster, y'all. So if you have some fabric that you're trying to take care of, you know, trying to use some of your scraps. So, but cousin Karen, text me and I'll get you taken care of. So just let me know. So if that'll be all, y'all, that is all that I have for tonight. I thank each and every one of you. If this is your first time, thank you so much for coming in. And if it's not your first time, thank you again for showing up over here week after week with my shenanigans, right? Because if you've been watching for a while, you already know it don't always go as planned, right? But that's just the true backside of things that happen behind the scenes with embroidery. So we just push through, right? Sometimes we might have to stop it and start a new project, right? So I thank you all so much, y'all. This really means a lot. On y'all way out, remember to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, I'll see y'all next week. I have one more comment here. And Angela Stitches is saying, my Racoma technician highly recommend the red line multi-needle machines. You know, did you say that, Miss Angela? I think a lot of these machines, if you look at them, they all look the same. I think they just got a different nameplate on them. That's my opinion. But of course, the techniques, the different things that you press, that will be different, right? But yeah, yes. Because at first I was thinking about the red line, but I got my attention because the funds, you know, how much it costs. So it was more affordable for me. So Crystal was saying, I enjoyed hanging out with you ladies. Thank you. Thank you for coming in, because I know you don't really do embroidery, but I thank you for showing up to support me. Also, my cousin Karen and everybody else that has stopped through tonight, y'all. And Kingsbury Crafts. Thank you, Latasha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And Billy saying, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for showing up week after week. It really means a lot. So I'm not talking enough. I always say we're not going to be here long, but y'all know when I get excited about embroidery, I just run my mouth, right? So I thank you all so much for coming in and hanging out with me. And I'll see y'all next time, hopefully around 7 o'clock. I'm still trying to work on that time, trying to get in here on time. I thank you so much, y'all, for if I'm running behind, y'all still show up over here. Y'all be talking about me in the chat before I get in here. So thank you so much. But until next time, we'll see y'all next week, 7 o'clock Central Time, next week on Thursday. So good night, everybody. I thank you so much and see you next time. Good night, everybody.